Well, Phil, we're in a bit of a seedy supper club. It's a bit of a den, isn't it, then, here?
Yes, sir. I was lucky to get in. The bouncer gave me a really hard time. Wanted ID to prove I was over 18.
Nasty.
What kind of a place is this? Normally the bouncer will throw you in.
Just a moment. Cutting in, cutting over.
Supper club? What kind of a supper club? So, you should have some music. Have you got any dance?
We've got some music, mate. It'll be mixed in later. But right now, that bar is the outspoken...
Bert Newton.
Just a moment. The outspoken Ric Melbourne.
You do a good Bert Newton, don't you, Bruce?
Hello, Rick. How are you? Welcome.
That's the one. How you doing? Hello, Phil.
G'day, Rick. Great to talk. Are you still on the Gold Coast?
I am. I can't get out of here.
Now, what are you doing in this sleazy supper club?
Well, I don't know. You told me to drop by, and I thought, supper club, yeah. We need some music. You've got that going, skidoo, ba. Now, you need a table to sit at here. Can I have that table over there by the window?
Yes.
I throw up a lot.
Just squat on it.
Okay, and seeing it's a supper club, we need a selection of suppers, don't we? Are we allowed to talk about politics?
Yes, we can. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, look, I noticed here on the menu we have a selection of political suppers here. Let's have a look now. We have the Kevin Rudd sandwich.
Right.
That's just 2 pieces of bread and no filling. We have the Tony Abbott dish. It's just one large ear. And we have the Clive Palmer Bouillabaisse. But unfortunately, it's too big to serve.
Oh, you've been doing prep.
No, I haven't. This is just straight off the top of my head. That's where the prep's needed. I got a Christine Milne green dish here, but as you sit down, she berates you. You shouldn't eat that. It's not very good. The only woman I know who talks in monotone. You imagine her on her honeymoon night, you'd fall asleep. I love you, dear.
Oh, how cruel, man.
Oh, how true. But then finally, we have the Bob Catar Bouillabaisse. There's 2 types of Bouillabaisse, but this is something else. It serves in a 10-gallon hat.
Beautiful.
So I might just give that political menu a bit of a miss and just sit here and talk to you guys in this seedy supper.
Do you want to move over? We'll have a look at this pole dancer, maybe, Rick.
The what, mate?
The pole dancer over there.
Oh, yes, you don't often see that. I thought she looked more Latvian, but she could be Polish.
No, it's Julia Gillard.
Well, no wonder no one's looking.
Oh, Rick, that biting humour has not left you.
No, look, I was just thinking, it's so good that you guys are on here because I think we know everybody's sick and tired of politics and elections and serious stuff, and it's just good that you 2 guys brighten up the night and have some, laughs and fun and lighten up a little bit there,
Yeah, I think so, Rick. I really do.
24 years together now, Rick.
Pardon me?
24 years together.
Well,
yeah.
And they said it wouldn't last.
Now, listen, what are you doing up on the Gold Coast? Why don't you come back where you belong?
Well, now, you shouldn't really say that because I get a lot of people saying to me in Sydney, when are you coming back to Sydney? And I love Sydney. I dearly love Melbourne too. But, I'm sort of working out of my home now. I'm speaking to you from my studio, and I should have put on the line and spoken to you there, but maybe we'll do that next time. And I'm getting together a radio show, and it's sort of like getting back on sort of like off-Broadway at the moment. And I'm doing it every day from 10 to 12, and I've got the lines in now, and I'm sort of steaming up. So probably I'll be heading towards syndicating a show somewhere.
Oh, that's great news.
Oh, you deserve...
Glad to hear that.
You deserve that.
Well, that's a lovely thing to agree with me, and I thank you for that, Phil. But I just... Because, I like to do loony stuff and off the top of the head sometimes, and you guys know sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But when it doesn't work, of course, there's only one thing to say.
Rick, you were great here in Melbourne. People still speak very affectionately of you on Breakfast on DB.
Thank you for that. Yes, it's a lot of fun, and it's an era, and it won't go away, thoughtfully and thankfully too, because we seem to have a lot of fun in that era, and I think the world was a little lighter, wasn't it?
I think it was, and I think we could laugh a bit more at ourselves.
Oh yeah, I think things go kind of crazy and pear-shaped, and things happen to you in life, and I understand all that, but the idea is just to be happy and be yourself,
I don't think about it so much what happens to you in life. I think it's how you cope with it that matters.
I think you're right, Philip. I think attitude is the big thing, and this is turning into like cybernetic power for your mind. It's not so much a course of feeling good and doing all of that, but you're right. You've got to believe in yourself and stay ambient. Yeah,
well, look at yourself, a real survivor. How long have you been around?
Too long.
No, you haven't.
more than 40 years.
Yes. Have you done much television along the way?
I have, and it's funny because speaking of Club 7 and stuff like that, I used to do a lot of acting as a kid. I used to do many pieces of little witness spots in, remember City of Thurs?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, they shot that out of the Telly Theatre, and other parts they do in Channel 7 is like Aftergrab. And I was walking through trying to find the Aftergrab set, and I walked into a studio there, and Bobby Lim, remember Bobby?
Yes.
And he's in, he's got the whole Channel 7 band there, and he stopped, he says, hello? Hello, Mr. Lim, I'm sorry to trouble you. No, not at all, what's your name? And blah, blah, blah. And he spoke to me for about 10 minutes, you know.
That's lovely.
And then I found the set and finished it off. But, yeah, we've done television and commercials and stuff like that, and sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It all depends on how you feel, you know.
That Consider Verdict was a forerunner to Division 4 and Matlock and all those Crawford relations.
Well, of course, that was the Crawford, Dorothy Crawford and Hector Crawford, as you know.
That's right.
Had a bit of a gig there at the Sydney Mire Music Bowl.
Yeah.
And that was, the Crawfords were great people. Dorothy Crawford and Barbara Brandon, who taught me all that I knew, and so did Olive Wallace, a great dancer.
Oh, were you dancing? Were you...
Oh, yeah, well, I had to, because, you see, my drama teacher, Elsie Hollyoak, I used to walk on the stage and she'd say, Richard, why don't you lift your feet up, dear? And I go, huh? Oh, are you talking to me? And she said, you need to go and do some tap dancing. So can you imagine me tap dancing? No, I can't either.
I'm looking for you in Hot Shoe Shuffle down here.
We used to go up to the horticultural show, the horticultural hall, rather, where they have the shows and things up there. And every Saturday morning between 10 and 12, I'd get in line with all the sausage curling girls and little tap dancer, rat-a-tat-rat-a-tat-a-tat, and it did work. It made me lighter on my feet.
Well, on that same day, I was there at the Trades Hall at 3KZ doing the Banjo Club.
You really... And what about Lou Tapano? Remember Lou Tapano?
Yes.
Huh? Here you go and they say, "G'day, Mr. Tapano, I'd like to buy an accordion." Why? What do you want to do with that?
Why horning in on me?
Yeah, that's right. And you say, well, I heard there was an Italian restaurant at this address. He said, yeah, what about it? I said, well, could I have their famous mafia chicken? He said, mafia chicken, how does that served? I said, face down in a dish of gravy.
Oh, cruel stuff.
That's a terrible joke. I'll throw that out right now.
Oh, please do.
That's gone. Forget it. Rewind it. But no, there's lots of memories in Melbourne, and it's funny, you know, Bruce, every time I talk to you, and you too, Phil, we start talking about Melbourne and the good old days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I hope we've made you a bit homesick tonight, Rick.
Yeah, you have. I'm sorry I built the studio now.
Take care, mate.
Good on you, Rick. Thanks so much.
Thank you. See you guys.
Okay, mate. Goodbye.